Welcome back, guys. We're back again with another stream. Ange Postokoglu had a press conference, and in his press conference, he said some things. But I guess the press conference is the first look at Ange as the new coach. That's the only way I can put it. The first look I guess fans would get, specifically Nottingham Forest fans would get as Ange.
What they're meant to
I guess
expect from him.
the first look, Ange being Nottingham Forest coach, the first look, what to expect and more to come from that. It's so hard to construct English in the right way, but you get the point. So we basically saw every single thing, that we needed to see in that press conference in terms of, like you were telling me offline, style of play, the first look as coach. It's real. It's actually happening. He's actually the coach. They have an upcoming game also coming up against Arsenal, which we spoke about yesterday in detail about that game.
Yeah.
Not so much in detail, but we did talk about how that game will be a difficult
Few
one for you to
bits.
win. But
Yeah.
that's what's happening. Ange is not your first coach. We're back again with the same
It's
thing.
okay.
We're back again with the same thing, but
It's close.
with a little bit more detail as as
Mm.
Ange is their coach. What did you think when you watched this?
Um, when I listened to his the first interview, right?
Mm,
You guys can watch it. It's on YouTube. Well, I don't know if we'll be allowed to play, but when you listen to his first interview, the part that struck me in the
mm,
interview was when they asked him about the style of play. Do
mm,
you get what I'm saying? And he says, I need to be careful what I say.
mm-hmm,
This is what he said. He said, I need to be careful what I say because people will take it the wrong way. Then he went on to say, I want to win. Yes. I want to attack. Yes. He said, but another thing is people misconstrued me always wanting to attack as me just having one style of play. Do you
mm.
see that?
I
People,
see that.
people, people misconstrued it as me just having one style of play. So he basically, in terms of the style of play, he is saying, I don't have one style of play, even if I love to win and I love to attack. Do you get what I think we're going to see a change, Ange? I just think so. Yes, I just think so. Right?
What do
But
you mean
he's
by
still,
change Ange?
but
What does that
he's
mean?
still. You said what do I mean by what?
You said you think you're going to get a changed Ange.
Yes, we're going
What
to
does
from
that
his
mean?
statement because they asked him about his style of play. If you go back to his first interview as Tottenham manager,
Mm-hmm.
he clearly stated it how he wants to play. He wasn't hiding anything. Do you get? But now he's kind of like, mm, he's kind of is like someone that has learned his lesson. Oh, I don't want to say we'll go all out attack. Then he also mentioned, he said, the things I loved about this team is that their togetherness and they work hard together. I think I want to build on that. That's one thing we need to carry on, like into the next game. Want to build on that, right? So that's what I'm thinking. There'll be elements of Nuno's game that will still remain, right? And he would also add his own. And he said something. He said, anyways, they asked him about his first match going to the Emirates. He said, anyways, he's looking forward to it. It's his first game. He's only going to have 2 training sessions. He said, but the most important thing to him is relationship building, getting to know people at the club, getting to like knowing the staff know him, maybe what he expects, getting to know the players and the players know him, getting to win the trust. He said the most important thing for now in this time is just getting to win the trust of people at the club and the fans and the players. So I think that we might see an improved Ange. That's the vibe I get. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the vibe I get. We can pull up his full press conference and read it if you want to see
No, we
transcribed.
don't. We don't need to read
Yeah.
every single thing in every.
No,
I mean,
we can
you can pull it up.
highlight.
You can pull it
Okay.
up. You
Yeah.
can if you can
Yeah.
transcribe his press conference, and we can go tackle it like line by line and analyze everything in more detail. I guess it will
Yeah.
make a lot more sense. That would be better
Yeah.
than just playing the video for
Yeah.
copyright purposes. But then at the end of the day, like what him having 2 training sessions, of course, there's really no time. when you look at it, they are playing on Saturday. They are the first game on Saturday.
Yeah.
The question that comes to my mind: why change the coach now? When given how short the time to the Arsenal game is, was this really the right time to change coach to actually get in Ange?
It doesn't really matter. Like the owners want a different way of playing. They want better football. They want to win stuff. In his press conference, right? He said, "You bear the responsibility, but I'm excited, looking forward to be here." He
Is
said,
that the full transcript?
I'm still pulling up the full transcripts.
Okay. Is that something that you
Um,
can share or no?
let me pull up. It would be best to get the full transcripts.
Okay.
But one thing he said there is like he what one of the things that pushed him to come to the club is that their their eagerness to win. They
Mm,
want to win. They want to win things and they want to grow. Like compared from 2 years ago, where they were, or 3 years ago till now, they want more. The hunger for more is there, and that resonates with him. So that's why they changed the coach. That's why, right? That's why they changed the coach.
I mean, Ange could actually work at Nottingham Forest. Now I'm thinking about it. If he decides
Why
to
do you
tweak
say
that
that?
style of play, no. But if he's coming with the mentality of like, maybe I will just
Mm,
tweak a few things about the style of play, given the
mm,
players I have, given what I've learned from Tottenham, then maybe
mm.
this might make more sense. Because that's what he said in the press conference, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still
Uh,
trying to pull up the press conference.
I'm
Okay, let
still
me give you
I'm
some
still
time.
pulling it up. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's give Andy some time to pull up the press conference, and then we'll go through the press conference like in detail to understand exactly like what his plans are, what he said, and basically tackle that and dive into the preview of Arsenal Nottingham Forest, what we expect, and possibly just give our predictions on the game. You know, what might happen in the game, what we think might happen, things to look out for, outcome of the game, prediction of the
Mm.
game. But this is not our main prediction because our main prediction will
No, no.
happen Friday. Friday is when we'll give our main game match week prediction um
Mm.
for the upcoming match week 4. But for now, I guess we just have to talk about Ange, Postecoglou, what's to come, what's to expect now that he has had the press conference and everything. So that's what we'll get into. Let's get into that. So have you found it?
Not yet. Okay, so I've found something that is close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found something that is close enough, but this one is still giving like snippets from the stuff. But maybe I should just read this one. Do you want me
Okay,
to read
read,
it?
read it while I find the. I'll just go to YouTube
Okay,
and generate the
okay.
transcripts. But yeah, you can go
So
ahead.
so so he said, he said Ange says he's determined to take Nottingham Forest back to his rightful place in English football.
Mm-hmm.
Postecoglou sealed like a rapid return to the Premier League. He said one of the things that fascinated him about
Mm-hmm.
coming to, he said, I love winning things. That's what I've done. Postecoglou said in an in-house, he said, my perspective now is about implementing my own ideas. Is
Mm-hmm.
no secret, is no secret I like my teams to attack. I love
Mm-hmm.
my teams to score goals. That is sometimes misconstrued as me just playing one way. But the reason I want my team to play that way is because I love winning things, and that is what I want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the club, what it has achieved in recent times, it's an outstanding feat to be where they are right now. Other clubs have won promotion and struggled to stay in the league, but in a short space of time, we're back in Europe
Mm-hmm.
competing for honors, which is a great credit to everyone involved. I get the sense that the club wants more. That's certainly what I want. So I think it's really exciting for me. I'm honored and humble, but I most importantly, I'm determined to make sure this football takes its rightful place. Do
Mm-hmm.
you get? It says it's a fantastic football club with great history, and in the recent times, it has done really well. You bear that responsibility, boy. I'm excited and looking forward to it. I'm really happy to be here. Right. So that's like the
Hmm.
few.
I
snippets
guess
from
that's the
it all.
major. That's the major punchline of every single thing that the press conference
Yeah,
should have been about. To be honest, so
they asked him a lot of questions though. They
yeah,
asked
I'm,
him
I'm
so
transcribing.
many
I'm
things.
transcribing his press conference, so I'll pull up the transcript in a bit. Okay, I
Yeah.
just downloaded the transcript. Okay, and download that transcript. Is a lot. Let me see if I can include timestamps. Okay, let me give me a second. Let me try to share my screen, guys, and then we'll go through each one. Just give me a second. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting stuff. So the basically this is the intro part of everything. Um, the first question was, what was it about this club that matched your ambitions and made you think it was the right job for you? He says, "Look, I think when you're out of work in sort of my profession, there's always these things in your head about what you want to do next, and from my perspective, like I said, it's a historic club. It's got real ambitions, and that's really important to me. We got an exciting squad. That they have an exciting squad, and playing against the club last year, you could sense that there was a really strong unity, between the players,
Low. Your voice,
manager.
your audio is low.
My audio is low.
Yeah, on my side. I don't know if it's just me.
I think it might be. I don't know if it's actually, but Ikena, can you confirm? Ikena, Doctor, can you confirm? Is the audio good on your side? You
It's
can't hear
muffled
me at.
up a bit. It's
You can't hear
muffled
me
up
at
a
all.
bit.
Okay. So that's basically what you were saying. But let's go to the more interesting bit. I guess the more interesting bit for me is stuff about dynasty. But this question was basically about the club, the owners. You mentioned the ambitions that the club has and that the owners has. With those ambitions naturally bring reputations. Let me move all the way down. Okay, not much interesting stuff. There's not much interesting stuff. Let's go here. Your coaching staff have joined you now as well. How important is it for you to have them along with you on this journey? This is important to me because
So your audio, Kingsley, your audio.
my
I'm
audio is
not
not
sure
good.
why. It's muffled up a bit.
Really. You guys can't hear me.
Increase the volume of your mic. Let's see.
You guys, sorry about that. Okay, you can hear me now.
We can
Good.
hear you.
Okay, okay. It was connected to the wrong outlet. My bad, guys. My bad, my bad. Okay, let's move on. So the coaching staff part is the part that actually stands out to me. Where he's like, your coaching
Mm.
staff. Am I sharing my screen again or no? What is going
No,
on?
you can share your screen.
Okay, 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 okay. Let me share my screen again, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So the part that actually stands out to me is this one. This question stands out. Your coaching staff have
Mm.
joined you now. Have joined you now as well. How important is it for you to have them along with you on this journey? The reason why I'm
Yeah.
saying this, yesterday you were saying stuff about set piece coach, and
Yeah.
you need the set piece coach. So let's hear what he has to say about that. He says, "Yeah, I thought it was really important, particularly with the timing of the change. When you are coming in, with three
With
games into the season,
in the season. Yeah.
I know that you've got probably two training sessions before your first encounter, which is going to happen. So yeah, having the guys who already know how I work and already kind of understand the environment I want set is going to help me fast track a few things. Fast track what exactly? What are you fast
My
tracking?
bro,
Fast tracking.
my
What
brother.
exactly are you fast tracking? Nothing. Fast track a few things, and they are good guys.
Well,
They were on the journey with me last year. We won the Europa. This is a hill that Postacoglu would sleep on. This is a hill that Postacoglu. He said,
what?
"Kings, you
But he
can't be
won.
highlight this." No, this is a
We won
hill.
Europa, right? So
This is a Postacoglu would use in his book, because this Europa League definitely gives him all that credit, towards like, yes, we've won the Europa. I need the guys to
mm,
fast track. How much fast track? When it comes to fast track, how much can you fast track against your game against Arsenal? There's nothing
No,
there.
no, no. I think he's talking generally in terms of the style of play, his culture, what he wants to do, patterns of play, how he wants to defend, where
Mm-hmm.
he wants that line to be, probably. So the players can get adapted to off the ball and on the ball movement, basically. So the quick, because they didn't have a preseason.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's mentioning the preseason. There's no preseason, hence why he needs people that already understands him, so it can be quicker. Do you get what I'm saying? Because without a preseason, it's harder, right?
Okay. I just feel
Mm.
like there's not much he can fast track. I feel he's putting so much pressure on himself in terms of I want to fast track the way we work. I'm seeing it from a point of this season for Nottingham Forest, whether they like it or not. I know 3 games in, it's still early that he came, so people might not see it as that because it's still three
Mm.
games in. Anything can happen,
Yeah,
right? It's better you bring a coach sooner than later. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's not much to fast track, right?
yeah.
This season will definitely be like a transition season for him because this is still really Nuno's team. You have to deal
But
with Nuno's players.
they asked him about the Arsenal game in particular. Read that
I
part. They
hear
asked
you.
him about. You can't hear me.
No. What's going on with us today? Our audios are messing up. What's going on? AB
Can you
saying he
guys
better
hear
not
me?
play Highline against Arsenal. He doesn't want to lose 5-0 in his first game.
Can you
Um,
guys hear me? Can you
no,
hear
no,
me?
no. Can't hear you at all. Check your
Oh,
mic if it's muted here. Check if your mic is
no,
muted.
my mic is on.
I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you at all. Let me give some time to figure it out. But let me go to the next thing that I want to read out of this press conference. The only reason why we're not playing this press conference is because we don't want to get flagged, copyright, but that's why we're showing the transcript. But then the next question that actually stands out to me is this question.
Instantly,
Says
everyone can
there's
hear
been a
me.
host of
The
new
audio
arrivals
is
at the
from
club
you.
over the summer. What have your initial assessments been of the squad in the first few training sessions? So, what do you think about the squad that you have? This, at the end of the day, this is still Nuno's team. So, what do you think about Nuno's team at the end of the day? That's how I see it. It says, yeah, well, I haven't seen a few of them because they've been away, of course, international break. Yeah, I think there's a newness to it, I think. Right. I get a sense already that because of the culture that exists here, particularly within the playing group, that they've all been welcomed. I mean, that's key. That's what I'm saying is key. I think anytime you are new, whether you're a player or a manager or a staff member, it's the culture you walk into. And I think there's a strong sense of leadership within the group, and they understand. And basically, everything is basically just trying to say, I guess to me, just revolves around I'm the new guy and I'm walking into this situation and I have to basically deal with what is happening here, deal with this culture. But usually it's always the other way around where you expect like the manager kind of sets the culture. But this time around, it almost feels like there's a culture already set and he's walking into it.
Um,
So
can you hear me now?
I can't hear
Not
you.
yet. It's from your end. Try to fix. People can hear me.
I
So
can't hear
what
you. I can't hear you at all. I don't know if it's just me.
it's just you.
Wait. It's just me?
It's just you. It's just you. It's just
Whoa. How is it just
yeah.
me?
Yeah. So the thing now is that what I
Keep on
think
talking. Keep on
generally,
talking.
the what I think is there's nothing much he can do in this first game. Let's be honest. There's nothing much he can do. What I feel he should do is just like he said, he's going to have 2 training sessions. He should go in there, keep it simple, defend. Don't go there and start behaving stupid. Don't go there and start implementing new principles in just 2 training sessions that will end up being a disaster. Let them work from look at what he should actually do is look at the West Ham game. What can they improve from that game? Right? Get it improved and they move from there. That's what I think he should do. But at the same time, there's a high probability he might lose that Arsenal game. Because as it is, Arsenal needs to win. Right? Arsenal needs to win. They can't drop points this early. Right?
Mhm.
Dropping more points would be an issue for Arteta. Arteta is the manager with the most pressure in the league. So he'll become a banter person, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, You can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You're good. Yeah.
Okay. So that's just it. There's not really nothing he can do. Do his best. Exactly. He says it's a good first game. Has no
No
expectation to
expectations
get
to get
anything.
anything.
Yeah. Just go there. But the only problem is he should not go there and do something stupid. Then he loses like 5-0 or 7-0. Do you get what? And it doesn't set a good precedent because he's going to play 4 away matches first. He'll play 4 away matches before his first home game. You
Hmm.
understand?
I
Four away
understand. Yeah.
matches before first home game. So I think he should just keep his sim. And he's already said in the transcript you read, he say first game and versus phase five Ateta. Exactly. So Ateta is under pressure in his own house. He lost. Remember, he lost the previous game. So he's going to come with anger. Probably he's brought in his electric
This
cord, his
this is
bulb.
basically a game that Ateta must not
Yes.
lose because if he
Wait,
loses this game,
he's brought his electric cord and his bulb. I want to see a team connected. I want to see a team plugged in and connected and shine like a bulb. I want to see your team. I want to see you shining, connected as one. That's what he did before, right? When he got the cord
wow.
in the dressing room.
No, but this game, no, this is a game Ateta will win. This is a game I feel very confident that Ateta will win this game. But
I don't
of
feel
course, like that,
confident.
that expectation on
I'm
Ange's
smell.
side to win
I'm
anything
smell.
or to draw.
I am smelling something because you should know something. There's
Mm.
also he said he's playing Forest fan songs in training ground. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay.
Well, which
You mean
Forest pastor?
Arteta?
The same way he was playing songs, Anfield
Oh,
songs before the
oh
game at Anfield that he still lost.
oh my God. Arteta is just
Nah,
ridiculous.
it's funny. Let me know if you still want to you still want to see more of Ange's press conference, or we can move on from that. But um, basically the only other thing I'll just call out is like they asked him about your previous experience, of course, in the Premier League, Europa League, and also winning Europa League. Like, how much is he looking forward to competing in these
Exactly.
competitions again this season? And he said he's
Mm.
really looking forward to it. He said you're not sure where your next opportunity comes,
Would be,
but
yeah.
the fact that the club's already in Europa League is kind of nice. I'm paraphrasing what he's saying, so you guys can watch the full
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
later. But he said it was an exciting competition for him last year when he was at Spurs, and they ended up having a historic night in Bilbao, and it's a
Mm.
night that he certainly would never forget. So he's really looking forward to competing in Europe again. Do you see
Mm.
Postecoglou doing another winning Europa again? That's the
I
only
was
reason
about
why I'm
asking him
highlighting that part. Actually, do you think you win Europa again?
the way he sounded there.
Mhm.
It feels like it's something that he knows he can do. From the if you
Mm.
watch the press conference or the first interview rather, the tone, do you get what it just sounds like? Oh, I think I can win it again. Do you get? And I think he can. I know people
Mm.
might say, "Oh, what do you mean? He only wins trophies in his second season. Stop
Mm.
that." I'm like, it doesn't matter first or second. Maybe he might as well just change this second season wonder. Make it in your first season. Does it really matter,
Yeah,
right? So,
doesn't matter, right?
who are the people that are challenging him in the Europa League currently? Who are the people that are? It's only Emery. It's only
Mm.
Aston Villa. That's the
But
only major threat
you're
he has.
acting like you saying it's only Aston Villa. You're acting like there are no other clubs in Europa League that could
Which
win it.
other which other clubs?
It's not only Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa that in Europa League. It's a
The
competition for a
teams
reason.
I know, but the teams that are there, they are not like they are meeting Real Madrid or Barcelona. They are teams on the same level, and it's Premier League. So you know how much Nottingham Forest has spent. They brought in good guys, good players. They have good attacking players. So
Mm.
it's something he can really go for. It's only Emery, the coach of Aston Villa, that is the biggest threat. That's the only person.
That's crazy.
Do you get? So
Magnifico
that's it.
is saying, to be honest, Forest should take this chance to try and
Mm,
attack the game without Saka and Saliba. Go for it, nothing to lose. They actually have nothing to lose. They
mm.
actually have nothing to lose. If you think about it, they have nothing to lose. If they actually go, okay, this Postecoglou. Now
I
you were
think
saying
he needs. I
you were
think he
saying
needs a draw,
yesterday
at least a
you
draw.
were saying yesterday
Go
that they
there and
should
try and draw.
defend set pieces well. and everything, which
Mm,
is one area we expect Arsenal to be lethal. Set piece.
mm,
They
yeah,
definitely are very dangerous when it comes to that. But let's say they defend set piece well. Why not go for
yeah.
it from open play? Why not actually go, why not actually
They
match
would, they would,
Arsenal band,
they would,
band for band and try to
they
score?
would, they would. The good thing about Nottingham Forest is that I know they would have maybe like two or three chances of their own. The
Mm,
question is, can they make it? That's why I said the only thing he can do maybe for this game is maybe introduce maybe another pattern of play or maybe two more patterns of play coupled with what Nuno already had for this
yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just two training sessions. It's just two
Mm,
training sessions, right? Just introduce two patterns of play and practice. They need to practice on that corner. It's serious.
mm,
It's serious. If Arteta, you see, look at it this way. Their set piece coach, he gets paid when Arsenal scores from set piece. I hope you know that. Is in his contract. He gets paid.
I didn't know that was in his contract.
Yes,
I didn't know it was in
he
his
gets
contract.
paid for. You will hear the commentators always saying, "Oh, I better is going to get paid this weekend for this goal." So he gets paid for every set piece they score. So imagine the brother didn't
Mm,
get paid 2 weeks ago. They had 10. They could have scored maybe two or three goals. That's
mm,
money in the bank. So that brother, this anyway, most of them have gone on international break. So they probably just have 2 more days. He say he
mhm.
must be very rich
From
by now.
all the money he's been getting from the
Yeah,
goals.
yeah. So and he's really creative. He's been creative so far, right? So I think in these 2 days, he too will be working on newer techniques,
Mm,
right? Newer techniques to get more out of that set piece area. We don't know if Odegaard will show up. We don't know who is going to show up. We don't know if the Maxman will show up. We don't know Gikeres will show up. Right. So that's the issue. We don't
mm.
know. Say Saka is not there. When Saka is not there, Arsenal look different. They play different. We don't know if this is the time Eze will start and step up.
Exactly. There's easy. There's
There's so
easy.
many
There's
questions.
easy.
But I
Mhm.
think this is a game that Arsenal should win. It's their house. The odds are against
Not should win.
Nottingham
I feel
Forest
like should win is not even the right statement to use. I think Arsenal would win. I
would
think
win.
we would win. I think we would
Okay.
win. There's just so much. There's
So
just so much at stake.
I'll ask you this question.
Hmm.
Before Ange came, do you think Nottingham Forest had a chance going to the
I never
Emirates?
thought they had a chance, actually,
Why?
because Arsenal
Or
at home is just
Arsenal struggle against Nottingham Forest. I hope you know that.
fair enough, but Arsenal at home is not is is a different kind of game. Is a different kind of
Because
game.
of the
They're just a
atmosphere.
different kind of team when they're at home compared to when you
Yeah.
see them play away tough away games. Tough away games they can scrap it out, they can go through. But if you look at last season to this season, anyway, this season has not even gone
Mm,
really far. I'm just judging based of last season. Based on last season alone, I saw
mm,
a lot of their home games. I watched some of a number of their home games, and they didn't really struggle at home. They looked
mm.
very, very dangerous at home.
Yeah.
Against when Man City played them at home, what happened? They beat Man City like 4-1. When we played
Yeah.
them at home, we didn't win that game. I don't think we won that
Mm.
game. I don't even know what
No.
happened in that game. I can't really remember details. Either we lost or we drew that game. Like
Yeah.
Arsenal at home is just a different beast against tough opponents. Like they
Win.
just know how to just activate that part of them that can come out and play. So
It's an early kickoff to lunchtime after international break. That's when surprises happen.
it's when surprises
Surprises
happen,
happen.
but it will be more
Yes.
surprising. It will be more surprising for them to
Mm.
lose, even though it's after
Yes,
international break. Because
that's what I'm saying.
when you look at the quality of players that Arsenal have, the
But
quality
af-
of players
I
that
know, but
Nottingham Forest have, being at home with that home advantage,
so the big
you
question
expect them
now
to
is,
win.
Arsenal, do they do well just after international break? I don't think so. That
But
week after international break, do they do well? I don't think so. Imagine, say players like Gabriel and Martinelli, they only arrived back from Brazil today. So today is Wednesday. Obviously, they won't train. Are they going to train tomorrow? No.
they'll train on Friday
Friday,
now. They'll train on
Friday.
Friday.
Then they have the game Saturday. I say it's a good is to me. This match favors Postecoglou more than Ateta because there's a
Mm.
change of manager.
Mhm.
That's the first thing. When there's a change of manager, there's new manager bounce. Everybody wants to run faster than they've run before. Nottingham Forest, not all the whole squad went on international break. Most of them were still training. Yes, most of them were still training. They are rested. They are ready to go. Do you get, compared to us now?
I feel like
Um,
you're taking this. You're taking this somewhere. So where are you going? Where are you going with this? Are you trying
Where
to
I'm,
say that
where
Nottingham
I'm,
Forest
where
had a chance to beat Arsenal? Is that where you're
Yes, that's
going?
what I'm saying. Yes, and I might be the only one on earth that thinks that, but that's fine. That's
When was
fine.
the last time we had a conversation like this? Where oh, I'm the only one on earth that thinks United will beat Arsenal. Arsenal beats United. You're the only one that said United will beat Arsenal.
But look at it in that game. If Umbuemo had been Umbuemo, what would have happened? Yes. To be honest with you, Arsenal was not meant to win
The
that
best
game.
they'll do is a draw. The best they'll do is a
If
draw.
you say,
That's how I feel
yeah,
personally. That the best they'll do is a draw. So it just depends. Magnifico is saying, would there be new manager bounce this time though? Because the players were still with Nuno. He didn't
no,
lose
no.
them.
Yeah, so that's the thing
That's a
now.
good
So my own,
question. That's a very good
yeah, yeah.
question. Do
So
you think there'll be
it's
new
good
manager
thing.
bounce?
I didn't think of that. There will still be a new manager bounce because every player wants to impress their new manager. An example is if you compare um what's that Nigerian striker that plays for Nottingham Forest? Forgotten his name, with Chris
Oh,
Wood.
Awoni. Taiwo Awoni,
Awoni
yeah.
Awoni used to be the one that starts,
Yeah. Mm.
not Chris Wood.
Yeah,
When the
yeah.
previous
When
manager
Awoni
was
was fit, yeah, when he was fit, he used to
Yes.
start. Yeah.
So now when Nuno came, he swapped. It was now Chris Wood, and Awoni was always on the bench.
No,
So
but
you
Awoni
see
for
it.
some period wasn't fit to start even when Nuno came.
Even
He
when
wasn't
he,
fit, right?
even when he was fit, it was still the same thing.
Okay.
Say Dennis too, he left. Who is Dennis? I don't know who is Dennis. I don't know who Dennis is. So we see, but we have some you heard the comments from Ivan Tony, right?
Oh, you're
Saying
done talking about Postacoglu. You don't want to go through the
I'm
some parts of the. You don't want to go through
if you
the
want
other
to,
part of the press conference.
if you want to, we can still move on.
Oh no, I thought you
I
were
feel
done talking about. Okay. I wanted to just highlight some few questions that that he was
okay.
asked that I felt like stood out to me, and then we'll just move on from it. But one of the questions I wanted to ask, I think I've already done one, but this next one
Yeah.
was you have so much experience in football around the world, of course. How much of that experience will you draw upon your first few days at the club? Right, that these first few
Mhm.
days at the club they're important days, right? Because it's like you have Arsenal away,
Mhm.
the guys that you're working with are really, I keep on saying it again, but they are Nuno's team that he's working with. He needs to still,
Mhm.
in as much as there's an existing culture in the squad and with this team, he needs to still bring kind of like his own culture, maybe add to that, or maybe improve it and take it somewhere else,
Mhm.
or maybe just leave it the same. If something is not broken, why fix it, right? But he responds by saying, yeah, you draw on all of it, it's no different, meaning that it's no different from any other club that he's been at, right? It's like your first day at school. Every day is,
Yes. You want to
you hope that you make a couple friends along the way.
good friend. Yeah.
You're eating your lunch, it's just describing like how it is,
You
like it
don't
feels
want
like,
to eat alone. Yeah.
yeah, you don't eat alone. It's like a first day of school for him and stuff. So, but it still feels very different. Now, let's get into the Arsenal game one, because that's the important one, right? Your
Yeah.
first game in charge is just a few days away now. How
Mhm.
will you look to approach that first game in charge against Arsenal? That was the question that he was asked. How will you look to improve your first game in charge against Arsenal? This is what he says. I will paraphrase some bits. He said, yeah, such is football. Um, he said to sit here and say, I've got a preseason to embed everything in, but the reality of this is I'll probably have one training session with the whole group before
Yeah.
playing a pretty formidable opponent away from
Mhm.
home. But that's what I wanted to do, get back right into it. And it's a massive challenge, but that's where we want to be. We want to take on
Mhm.
massive challenges. I know the players will
Mhm.
be up for it. Obviously, the results, the last result in the league wasn't great, right? It
Wasn't
wasn't a great
good.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sure the players want to make amends. No greater sort of vehicle than to take on one of the best. So he didn't really say much about what approach he's going to use towards the game, which I was expecting to see him say.
You
Anyway, he
see, yeah.
doesn't have to say
It.
his exact detail, but I was expecting
Mm.
maybe some more I don't know.
bread
Some
and
more
butter.
like, I guess, some more inspiring things. I guess maybe it's just my own expectation. But then
Okay,
at the end of the day, it's like, what more could he say? But this is what he said he
there's
wanted.
nothing you can
He wanted
say.
to come in and
Yeah.
just jump right in, all right, and play his first game Arsenal away. It's going to be a tough game, and that's why I'm going to end this Postecoglou thing. It's going to be a tough
But
game.
you know
I don't
something
see
about
any.
Postecoglou we don't know. We keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Every time people always say, "Oh, this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough game." He always turns up and gets results. Yes, especially the City game. Remember when he played City? You remember when the time he took on City, they were like, "Oh, they're going to get
Mm,
battered with the high line. They're going to get." What happened? He
mm-hmm,
went to Man U, same thing. He's produced some kind of weird result that were really good. Do
mm.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He's
Um,
produced some really he's produced some really good results that were extremely good. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I think he can get something from Arsenal. I think so.
Magnifico
It's
said
a,
he will not eat alone. He will eat with Marinakis.
it-
I know, right? His first day at school,
yes,
he won't eat alone. He eats with Marinakis. He said,
you eat with the principal. You
"You
eat
eat
with the
with the
principal
principal." That's funny,
as
man.
the
SSB was
as a
welcome
new
to the stream.
student.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting stuff, but it is what it is, guys. I don't want to get so much into the detail. I guess I wanted to really like dive into that, like Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, what's to come, what's to expect. I don't know if this
Mm.
stream is the right stream to do for it, or we should wait till Friday, our
I
Friday
think we
stream.
should wait till Friday.
We
Let's
should wait
hear
till
his
Friday.
first.
Okay,
We'll draw from Arteta, draw from, and we'll decide then
and we'll
on Friday.
decide. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll wait till Friday and we'll do like a more deep dive and predictive analysis into that game to see possibly what do we think, as well as the other match week games in this match week, and see what
Yeah.
happens. SSB saying if Arsenal drop points again, fans will be pissed. Fans will really be pissed, but I don't see it
Yeah.
happening. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. Like Arsenal dropping points is just, I
If
don't
you
see it
see,
happening. I don't know. We just have to see what happens in the game. But I personally don't see it happening. But we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to Ivan Toney and what Ivan Toney said. What did Ivan Toney say?
no, he said the Saudi Pro League and the Premier League are almost on the same level. I'm like, brother, what are you smoking?
Let me
Like,
ask you
what
this
do you do?
question: Saudi Pro
Yeah.
League and
Yeah.
MLS,
Yeah.
in
Which
terms
is
of
better?
quality, which league is
Mm-hmm.
better? Not like media broadcast, people watching the
Quality
league.
on the pitch.
Quality on the pitch. Which one do you think is better?
To be honest, I've not watched a lot of Saudi games for me to
Mm,
judge.
mhm,
But I've watched MLS. Obviously, I'm here, right? I've watched few,
mm.
and MLS is not bad. Although I still see myself screaming at the screen, like, what's this guy doing? Should have done this. But I still think I've not watched so much. We saw the team that beats Man City. We saw them in the Club World Cup. They were
Mm.
decent. See Ronaldo's team. When you watch the highlights of it, they seem good. Few of the teams seem good. But what of the lower end teams? We don't know. MLS, most of the teams are around the same. They're around the same. How do I say level? Sort of in
Mm.
the MLS.
There's some teams
Do
that are
you?
like there's some
Yeah.
teams that stand out, don't you think? There's some teams that stand out in
What
the
teams?
MLS,
What
like
teams?
LAFC. LAFC, they seem to be doing well, right?
They can
LAFC.
beat each other. They can beat each other.
Mm,
LAFC is doing well. They can beat Inter Miami's name. Hype. It's a bunch of old guys they put together. Do you
yeah.
get? So that's it. So apart from that, they lost the final, right? That Suarez was fighting Messi and all these people.
Mhm.
So he said when CR team play, he spanks them. Yeah,
Yeah.
all well and good.
Al Nassr, yeah,
So
Al Nassr beat them.
maybe the thing is that's what I'm saying. The games we have watched from the Saudi
Mm,
Pro League, due to the players they've brought in, they are not bringing in elderly people. The
mm.
MLS is bringing in elderly people. Do you get? But the thing with the MLS is almost all the team feels like they are not far off.
From each other.
There's no huge disparity between them. Do you get? In the Saudi Pro League, you have four,
They
five
did,
teams.
though. They did. Al Hilal, they
Y-
outplayed
Exactly.
Real
Yeah.
Madrid.
So
They
yeah,
did.
because of the players they have and the coach.
Yeah.
The coach is we should applaud them. the coach also
I
Inzaghi,
have to agree with what SSB is saying
right?
about top end quality. Like top end quality in Saudi is better. Like if you think of it,
Yeah,
the top team in Saudi, if you take the
yeah.
top team in Saudi and you take the top team in
Mm,
MLS and you place them
mm.
against each other, you might find that the top team in
The
Saudi
Saudi
might
team would win,
beat
not
the top
might
team
win.
in MLS because you still
Would
have
win,
some
yeah.
guys that are fit enough to play in Europe that are playing in Saudi.
So that's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
The
so
people that are going to Saudi are not like old heads.
they are not
Then
scraps.
this there.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying? They are buying
yeah,
young guys there to go there and
yeah.
play. When Ivan Anthony went, Ivan Anthony was 29, right? 29 or 30. But
He could have still
I
had
think
some play time in the Prem.
exactly. So what I'm saying is in the Saudi league, you have five extremely good teams. If you carry those teams, the big question is if you carry those teams to the Premier League, they will
Mm.
probably finish what I think, right? They will probably finish between seventh and maybe 15th.
If Al Hilal with the players they currently have, they come to the Prem, where do
They
you
will
see
still
them
finish,
finishing?
they will not finish above seventh. They won't. Why did I say they will finish? They have Koulibaly. Forget what they did in Club World Cup. They will meet
Salim
teams that will
Al-Dassari,
kill
you
them.
don't think Salim Al-Dassari and all these guys are ballers? You don't see
Brother,
it
they
happening.
didn't meet. They did. Imagine when if Liverpool was to play them, what will happen? What will be the outcome?
Mhm.
No,
It's
I know they won't get relegated. I'm
it's
sure of
tough to
that.
say. It's
That's
tough
why I
to
said
say.
between 7th and 15th, those five
Mm.
teams will place there properly. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't think they'll be finishing. Is it Inter Miami? No, they will
No,
obviously get
Inter
relegated.
Miami will be
It's
relegated for
old men.
sure. They
It's
cannot
old.
survive in the
It's
Prem.
old men, right?
Mm.
It's old men. See the same thing that is happening to West Ham.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't. And another thing is you talk about the broadcasting, the fans. The Premier
Mm.
League is just so far. They are like 80 years ahead. Money can't buy it. They're
I
just
feel
too
like
ahead.
Ivan
Even
Toney is just trying to be relevant
look
with that team.
even look exactly look at the guys in Europe, other European teams, German league, Spanish league, Italian league. They are lacking behind. Yes, they are lacking. The gap between the Premier League and them is very visible in terms of what people are like the viewership, the quality, everything.
And it's
You
growing.
get what
Like
is
the Prem is
growing.
still growing. The Prem is
It's
getting
still
bigger and
growing.
bigger and
So you
bigger.
now talk of
More quality
Saudi
and everything.
that just started, not started, but they are pumping money. It's because of that money they are pumping in. Sometimes when you pump in money, you speeding
Mm.
up the process.
But don't you think you kind of have to pump in money for the quality to increase? Because how else would Saudi have gotten some quality players and
Rem- Yes,
quality
but
teams if they don't
you
spend so
remember,
much money?
yes, you remember that the Chinese Pro League they tried to do this where they
Mm.
pumped in huge money. Chelsea sold Oscar to
Yeah,
China for 60 million pounds.
yeah,
You remember,
yeah.
right? So it's not a
Yeah.
new story. But what happened? The Chinese is not based on oil money. They ran out of money. They print currency in China. In Saudi, it's different. They bring the money from the ground. It's a natural resource. Do you get? It's not going to run dry. It's barrels of oil we're talking about. So they
Also,
can keep spending it, right?
same to
So
what SSB says. It's like it said, look at the
yeah,
spending. Look at the spending of this past
exactly.
window. EPL is
Three
number
billion
one.
pounds. 3 billion. 3 billion. La Liga, the whole of La Liga. I'm not sure it's up to
But
1 billion.
do you know why I feel like it's EPL is successful? I have a
Why?
take as to why it might be because EPS. I think it's because of the amount of fans, the amount of people that watch the Premier League
So that's what I'm saying. That
is a
the
lot. I
league,
feel like it's a
it
lot
was
because
founded in England,
if you
right?
think about like Nigeria, Africa, like a lot of Manchester United fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool. You
Exactly.
find a lot of the fans. You have a lot of African audience watching the
Yeah.
Prem. You go to America, there's a decent
Asian,
audience
Asian
even growing now watching
audience,
Asia. A lot of people
American.
watching it. So
Yeah.
it's like the Prem gets a lot of like viewership and
Yeah.
views. Whether I like it or not, equals money
It's
in
money.
when
Exactly.
it comes
Yeah.
to football views because people have to come and watch the games. People have to buy tickets to watch the games. Asia is exactly Asia too is EPL heavy. That's hence all those 6:30 games,
Exactly.
all those
Yeah.
early start times. It favors them too, right?
It's for
So
them. It's for them. Yes. Their
yeah,
stadiums are
Saudi stadiums
empty.
are not near
Empty.
full. They are not.
Empty.
India, China is heavy EPL, even Africa too, heavy EPL, right?
Yeah,
So when you look at it, the viewership EPL gets is
it's so much.
miles above
It's
any.
no
I
much.
feel like
It's so
this is
much.
just me saying my take. I don't have the proof of like this factually, but
It's
from
the
what
proof
I'm just
now.
assuming the viewership is just miles
And the
above any other
reason,
league.
the reason, I will tell you something. The reason,
Yeah,
see, Ronaldo has actually helped the Saudi Pro League.
bring some views.
He's helped,
Yeah,
he's helped them because there's no, to be honest with you, me, there's no YouTube video released by released about his club
mm.
highlights that I don't click and watch. I
Because
just there's just
because you
that
just
thing.
want to see
I just
Ronaldo.
I just want to see if the brother is still scoring or he started to get old. That's all I'm going to check. Do
Fair
you
enough.
get so before
And
you know
let's not
it,
forget they got
you
money. They got money. Now
exactly
they have Joao Felix there.
yes.
They have some
And
young.
Joao Felix is doing well. He did well in Portugal. For Portugal, he did very well.
He did well.
Maybe the Saudi son is doing him well. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
hot
it.
there. It's hot there.
So, but if
Well,
Anthony rests, I don't think you're near. Okay, even Hawk too went to China. I remember that
yeah.
time.
I think
The
Magnifico said
EPL,
that actually. He said that, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, SSB saying EPL number one, Serie A number two, Bundesliga number three, La Liga number four, League One number five, Saudi number six for spending.
wow, wow, that's crazy.
This is just spending like transfers, buying players, and
Mm,
so yeah, Ivan Tony coming out to make such a statement, nowhere close, bro. You need to chill, bro. Like he's nowhere close.
yeah,
Nowhere close.
yeah. What do you
Why
think
does
for
Amorim face a huge test? What's this huge test that Amorim is facing?
he's playing Guardiola this weekend? That's a huge test. He's playing Guardiola this weekend. He just got his first 3 points of
No,
the
but
league.
United fans should be excited. They have their keeper, right? Lamens. Magnifico, how do you feel, man? You guys have Lamens.
Is Lamens going to play? Anyways, Onana is
Yeah,
out of
Lamens
the
now.
two.
Onana is not.
Yeah,
Onana will not start. Onana.
Man
Did
City,
you see?
Man
Did
City
you
have
see the? I saw
Donnarumma.
a video of. I saw a video of
Man City
Onana. You know
doing what?
the goal that he didn't catch against Cape Verde.
Cameroon.
Yeah,
Cam- He's even doing rubbish for Cape Verde. Because
Onana
of
was
him,
in
they
the
will not
post.
go to World
Imagine
Cup.
how does a 1v1 like a player and a keeper. What do you think
Mm.
when a striker is going 1v1 with a keeper? What do you expect the keeper to do?
You come out now
Come off your line. Why do you need to come off your line to reduce the
to be
angle of
big,
shooting
be big.
and be
Yeah,
big so you prevent the person
yeah,
from scoring?
yeah,
This
yeah.
brother did not come off his line.
He
He
just stood there
he stayed there waiting to
in
catch
the
the
big
ball.
post.
He stayed there waiting to catch
That's
the
typical.
ball.
That's typical Onana. Don't expect anything more or less
Oh
from
my
him.
god.
You can only
Man.
expect less from Onana. You can't expect
Onana needs
more.
to write an apology letter to all the United fans for how shit he has
Yeah.
been for them. He needs to write a letter to all the
It's
United.
fun.
He needs to come up publicly and apologize to United fans because it's not just about United. Oh, I'm struggling to find my feet as United. You're not a good keeper even for your country.
It's
Know
bad,
that.
man.
Hmm.
It's bad.
Anyways, yeah, Amorim does face a
And
big test playing against City, of course. Manchester United, that Manchester derby is not an easy one for Amorim. But Amorim has had his time where last season, he had some times, even when he was at Sporting, he had times where he was able to get a win against Pep. So
yeah.
I don't know how this would be with this new United that we are
Mm.
seeing. I don't know if this would be a very different case, but we'll see. Magnifico is saying Syria 90s was magic. And it's
Yeah.
also saying Unana said he needed pay rise to fund his foundation back home. I will never speak bad about giving back because giving back is nice. It's always good to
He
fund and
should,
help people back home.
he should tell
But
he should tell
then
Manchester United about the foundation. They would help them directly. How about that?
let United's charity go and help directly, not through you,
Yes.
Unana, not
Not
through
for the
you.
brother. You
Thank you
collect
very
your own
much.
40%.
I was so surprised when I saw the video. I was so
Mm.
surprised. Like against Cape Verde, when I saw the video I'm like, what is he doing? You need to go and watch that video. Maybe he feels
So
like I'm
he didn't
exaggerating.
come out at all.
He did not come off his line. I wish I can share
Why?
my Instagram and show you this. I wish I could share my Instagram and show you. He did not come off the
Was it
line.
is it a video on your Instagram or just
It was a video I saw
picture?
on Instagram. The video I saw on Instagram. He didn't come off his line. He
Damn,
did not.
that's bad. He
It's
just
really,
stood in
really
the
crazy.
post. Or
Eh?
maybe he was thinking that the guy is not a really good guy and he, yeah, exactly. He's a fan. Yeah, and he said Ange is not. I think he has a
Of
bad
course.
reputation. That's the main thing now, right?
No, of course, like you need to understand why some fans will have mixed feelings about Ange. Like
Mm.
finishing 17th, even though you're like, yeah, the focus was Europa League, but finishing 17th
Yeah,
is still
boy.
kind of like it's not nice.
No, boy. He
But even
removed his mind from the league, right?
yeah,
There
I
was
I
no
understand. I
point
understand. Of course, like finishing 17th is not nice. Like finishing 17th, even though you won Europa, that Europa League was like he's like almost like he puts all his cards on the table for that Europa League. If he didn't win it, that's a
because
really horrible.
his career depended on it too.
His career depended on it, so it was a big risk to take. So in that
Yeah.
sense, I guess given that his experience and everything, he won the Europa League. He played a smart game against Amorim. Amorim was naive in that game, and then he lost the game. But at the end of the day, you cannot back to what
Amorim was
Fan is
not
saying.
naive.
I agree with
Amorim
I
was,
agree with Fan saying that he's not a bad manager. He's not, right. He's not a bad manager. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, when you look at his play style, his philosophy, how set he is on that philosophy, and you look at Nottingham Forest players, you can't help
Mm.
but hesitate and be like,
But
will this
Kingsley,
work? Will this work?
there's one thing I
It's not
believe.
doubt. It's okay for people to have
There,
doubt.
there, there's one thing I believe, right?
Mm.
We are seeing this season. We've always been shouting about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola did this, he did that. Don't you see he's trying to change the way he plays?
He is now. He is. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. So
He
every
is.
coach, Ange now has come into the Premier League and he's
Mm.
seen that it's different. I think I think he's going to make some tweaks to the way he
Yeah.
plays. They will still attack, but to be in a better way. That's what I think, right? I might be wrong. But I think that Nottingham Forest might benefit from an Ange that is improved.
And that's what we like to see, right? I
Yeah.
I believe that if Ange can come in and have those tweaks where it's like, okay, this whole high line, it doesn't need to be too high. You know, it can be high,
But they
but
need to be
given
to the halfway.
yeah, it can
halfway.
be high, but I'm not doing how the high line I did at Spurs. Maybe not too high. Maybe okay, the players I have now, even with that, he would play with the players I have now, maybe they have that sense of wanting to execute my style of play. And
Mm.
I believe that if I can put this style of play into them, they will take onto it better than Spurs players, better than what he did at Spurs. But
Yeah.
you know, Fan is saying he won everywhere he has been in, and has also won 3 Manager of the Month awards in Prem 3 times in a row. That's the Ange I know. I don't disagree with that. He won 3 Manager of the Month everywhere he was at. But that did not mean he wasn't 17th and bet his entire career and the entire season on one game.
I want to ask
He
you this
did that.
question. Maybe we can move on
He
from the
did
Ange
that.
discussion. Do
No, but
you
he did.
do you think
Mm.
that the Nottingham Forest players are more techy than the Tottenham players?
What does techie mean? When you say a
Like
player is more
they,
techie, what does that mean?
they have better passing. Like they
You're
can pass better and dribbles more creative.
more
Are they
creative.
more? Yes. Do you think so?
It's hard to say that the players at
And
Nottingham Forest are
do they have
more.
do
Are
they have
more
a better finisher? Because that was part of the thing that killed him too. They were not scoring some of the
yeah,
chances they were
because
getting,
Bernard Johnson and those
right?
guys, yeah,
They
they
were
were a
not
bit
scoring
shaky.
it. I didn't mean they were scoring
They were a
it. So
bit
it's more or
shaky.
less like you remember when Klopp too used to attack. Forget Klopp. Are you
Mm.
telling me? Remember when Klopp used to play high metal? Klopp too used to keep high line.
But there was a difference to the high. What was the point of the
What
high
was
line?
wait. The
You
major
have to
difference
press.
between Klopp and Postecoglou is that the way Klopp would press you, he will press you. You'll be confused. They press with urgency.
You say technically, I was just about to type that question. Nottingham players more techie. Like, I don't exactly how I feel. I just feel like, see, I don't disagree with Fan. Like, I agree with Fan. in
Yeah.
terms of like he's not a bad manager. If you
Yeah.
ask me, Kingsley, do you think Ange Postecoglou is a bad? I would say no. He's not a bad manager. I don't think he's a bad. For you, see, for Ange to get to if you look at his career, for him to get to the Prem,
Mm-hmm.
that is because he's not a bad manager. There is no way Spurs will hire a
Mm,
manager that is bad. No. But you need to understand that sometimes your
mm,
philosophy as a coach, if you cannot
mm-hmm.
adapt as a coach, it can work
Mm.
against you, even if you mean well. That's the key thing.
I know. But I like this. I like this comment from Farhan because that's what I've always been telling you on this life. Constantly, I've always been telling you,
Mm,
right? The second season, did did he really back Ange with the
hmm.
people he signed?
I
Look
want
at
to
it.
ask you. I want to
Let's
ask
call
you
a
this
spade a
thing. I want to
spade.
ask you this thing.
Yeah.
Klopp, do you feel like FSG really backed him the way, like by signing like
They
really, really,
did.
really, really
They
serious
did.
players
You signed good players. You signed Van Dijk. You signed
in
the keeper.
pocket? In pocket.
No, it was
At the end
one
of
window. You signed Van
no,
Dijk and the keeper in one window.
okay, fair enough. We had the
Like three
bookkeeper.
of
We
three of
signed Van
three of
Dijk.
them or four of them,
Sure,
even
but
Salah.
how much money? If you look at the amount of money we spent so far, and you look at Klopp's entire seven
You
years at
can do it
Liverpool,
in bits. You can do it in bits.
yeah, you
Klopp
do it
did
in
not
this.
like
But
Klopp.
at the end of the day, you have to learn as a manager. You have to learn to work with what you have.
I know, but the people that he had were too young. They were too young. At the end of the day, the elderly guys, the older guys, all got injured. Then he had to
Why?
replace
Because of the
Jet
style of
Spence. It
play.
was that because of situation. He put Jet Spence from the academy. Jespen was not even playing right back. Or Jespen was a winger, I
But
think.
Spence is
Maybe
actually
I'm
good.
wrong.
Spence is actually
Yes,
a very good
yes,
player.
it was.
He's actually a
It
very
was
good
that
player.
bad. Jespen was used out of. I don't know if Jespen was a defender. I don't think so.
No,
I
Spence
don't
has
think so. Maybe I
okay. I
don't
see
think so.
what you're
But
saying, but
maybe we can check
okay.
it. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure Jespen was a defender. He
Mm,
used him back then. And Jet Spence, news broke out that one of the reasons he kept on using Jet Spence.
mm,
Jet Spence is not somebody that when he started playing, there was no confidence. He was making mistakes, but
mm,
he wanted to fight. He wanted to run for Ange. He
mm,
said even after they had a bad game or something happened, he said he would encourage Ange. We heard the stories that Jetman encouraging and like, oh, that boss, that don't worry, would keep going, would go again. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, imagine if I don't know if all the players they checked out. That's one thing. Do you get what I'm saying? But even
mm.
when they had
That could be
goalkeeper,
honestly.
their
That could
goalkeeper
be
was
true. Maybe
injured.
maybe
Listen,
they maybe
their
they didn't
goalkeeper,
back him as much as
their
you.
goalkeeper, their goalkeeper was injured. Who did they bring in? They brought in one young boy, 20-year-old,
So you're still
inexperienced.
going to blame Levy for this time at Spurs. You're still going to
I
blame
blame
Levy.
I blame Levy for that second season. To be Postecoglou has his faults.
Mm.
Postecoglou has his faults, but I feel look. Imagine he had Paulinho in the middle.
Not
You
AB,
need a It's Pasuma.
AB
Pasuma he
basically
had.
just said what I
And
was going to even highlight on. AB,
Bentancur was never fit. Yes.
you
What's AB saying?
AB
What's AB
saying,
saying?
and I'll go back and read some of SSB's comments, but just to highlight what AB saying, because that stands out to me right now. AB saying, that's managers' limitations. Maresca and Enrique are showing us how to use young players. While managers like
Players, yeah.
Mourinho does not believe in using
Don't
young
believe
players like that. It's
young
a
players.
limitation with manager. At the end of the day, like as a manager, you will have certain limitations. Oh, you give him a team, the
I
team is
agree.
not techy.
I
I'm
agree.
not going
I
to lie
agree.
to you.
Young people.
You
Yeah, I
you
agree.
talking about Nottingham Forest. I don't consider them to be a techie team. They are not a techie team, right? They don't have a
Yeah.
lot of technical players. They have really some players that have potential and are really good. Gibbs White is very good. Hobson Adoi has his day. Um, yeah, you find some guys are okay. Chris Wood is okay, can put the ball at the back of the net. But
Yeah.
if you look at it critically, at
Mm.
Nottingham Forest, it's a big test for Ange. Ange needs to learn how to adapt at Nottingham Forest. He can't go with the same mindset of like, I must force attacking football and high line and what I did at Spurs,
But
and it must
Kingsley,
work.
I think
Hmm.
he can play attacking foot. Not very attacking, but he can play attacking football with the team he has.
I'm
Do
not
you
saying
get?
that they cannot change
He might,
Forest to an attacking identity. It's just
yes,
in what way? In what way would that look?
that's the fear I have too. That Chris Wood,
Exactly. So
he
do you
doesn't
guys
have
think
the
Chris Wood
legs.
is going to be up and
Thir-
down attacking
33 years of
football?
age. 33 years. That's another problem.
Man, let me read Fan's comment. Fan is saying, "Don't be surprised if Ange gets his redemption. Honestly, I'm not taking BS from sports fans anymore. The way he did my guy Conte, who I was also backing. Fair enough, Fan. Like fair enough. Of course, like
And talk seriously, every coach, let's look at it for me. Every coach that went to Spurs,
yeah,
they didn't do well. They went somewhere else and did well.
yeah. I understand. Yeah, I
Conte
understand.
was terrible. Also, no, Conte wasn't terrible in Spurs, but
Mm.
he wasn't so good. But he also did well too. But you can argue that Conte always defended when he needed to defend. He's a defensive minded coach too. And running, there was a lot of running with Conte. And system
Exactly.
needs to be tweaked.
A bit,
Pick your spots. Yeah, yeah. That, I
a
think he
bit.
needs to tweak it. He needs to tweak his system.
Just
But
choose your battles.
I think what I think is I think he's going to do that. His length. I think so. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think for Ange is like choose your battles. I'm not. He's an
Mm.
amazing. See, when I watch Ange at I remember that October. I will never forget. It was
You
an.
saw the way he beat Manchester City
It was like
with
an
the style of
October when
play.
he won. When he won like manager of the
And he
month.
won
Do you remember
9 games
when
straight.
he
He won
won like
9 games
nine,
straight.
10 games? Like
Yeah.
it was like a high. I used to
Yeah.
watch Postecoglou and the way they play, the patterns of play. I was like,
Mm.
whoa, this guy, if they are able to keep this up and if he clicks, it's going to be
Mm.
crazy. But then when the injuries started trickling in, things were not working out, things started happening. I started feeling like, okay, maybe adjust things a little bit. I've seen
Yeah.
Klopp adjust things,
Yeah.
literally. Klopp has adjusted things too. Coaches adjust things all the time. Right? I'm not saying that Ange did not adjust things. It just felt like things he adjusted did not work. Maybe he adjusted things, but it
But
just did not work.
The
So
club changed his philosophy. He never changed his philosophy. He was always high metal football
no,
because
like
that's
you
what
don't understand what
he
I'm
did.
saying. Like within that philosophy you have, you
Yeah.
realize the loopholes and then you fix
No,
it.
Klopp was fixing the loopholes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like
He was.
Klopp was always doing that. Within that
Yes.
high metal, he was
That's what
fixing.
he needs to do.
why
That's
why
what
the
he
why
needs
the
to
club
do.
all of a sudden like there was a he started just inverting people
He
into the
started
credit
inverting
into the midfield.
to create more bodies inside there. For in case there's a breakaway, he has more bodies
No, it
inside
was on
there
purpose. He started
with more
inverting
creativity.
inverting
Yeah.
his right back. So it happens like that. As a coach, you just have to be adaptable. You have to be in this. If football just moves quick, if you don't
But
adapt, you phase out. You'll be
Postecoglou
found out.
already does invert. He already inverts. You know that he inverts, right?
I don't even remember.
Shevchenko,
I don't really even
Shevchenko,
remember much from
the guy
Postecoglou.
from Arsenal,
Mm.
is there. I hope you know.
Oh,
The guy that
who
the
Zinchenko?
you Shevchenko, yes, is there.
Zinchenko.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have players, Kingsley.
Okay.
Douglas Luiz, he can pick out a long pass from God
Okay,
knows where.
Forest.
Morgan,
Hey, you guys.
Morgan
Let
Gibbs
me start
White.
clapping for Ange.
In fact,
Forest is about to
Kingsley,
have attacking football, guys. Hey,
yes.
get ready.
In fact, I'm going to go all out to study Ange
No,
football. Like
you must
study
keep this.
that.
See, everybody on this stream, Farhan, SSB, AB, every single person. Look at
Mm.
Andy now. Mark this day. You must keep this energy. Don't come on this stream and change your mouth. You must keep this energy. If anything goes downhill, you keep the same energy. Don't change.
I
Don't
can't,
change your mind.
I can't keep the same energy. If anything
No,
goes
you
down,
must keep that same
I'm,
energy.
I'm going to finish him. That's it.
Nah, you have to keep the same energy. And Farhan is saying, I'm an AC Milan fan, backing and up. Shows you how sports couldn't handle content ambitions. Fair enough, fair enough. SSB says, who is offensive minded in Forest? Who is offensive minded in Forest?
Morgan Gibbs White is offensive minded. Paloma
Mm.
Senado is offensive minded.
Osinadoi
Douglas
can run at players. Osinadoi can run
Douglas,
at players.
Douglas Lewis is offensive
Cutting on his right
minded.
and shoot. I've seen him cutting
Douglas
on that right
Lewis,
and shoot. So
Is offensive minded. Amari
okay,
Hutchinson is offensive minded.
fair enough, fair enough.
The guy from Botafogo is offensive minded. They brought a striker from Botafogo, Igor
I'm still not
Jesus.
seeing this Botafogo striker you're talking about. I pulled
He
up their
brought
squad.
him.
I've pulled up their
Yes.
squad too many times. Let me pull up their squad again. Don't worry. I'll pull up the squad. We'll keep
Okay,
on.
full of the squad, yeah. But Igor Jesus is there from Botafogo. Offensive. I've mentioned 5 people now. And those are the new people they signed. Okay, not new, not all of them are new. At least 3 of
Okay,
them are
Igor
new.
Jesus. Igor Jesus is there.
Yes, he's a striker,
Oh,
right?
they signed Kalimuendo. Kalimuendo is there.
Yes.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
They
are
want
you
to play
telling me
attacking
they,
football,
they
actually.
prepared for Ange? They prepared
Yeah,
for him.
yeah. Kalimuendo is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Kalimuendo, Awuni, Kalomotinadoi.
Yeah.
Okay. Omari
Some,
Hutchinson,
yeah, he's an attacking
Igor
person
Jesus,
too.
Doye. Okay.
Yeah.
Forward wise, okay, I can't lie. Makati is there. Makati,
Makati
Elliot
is even there.
Anderson,
Come on, they
Ryan
can play.
Yates, Douglas Luiz,
Kingsley,
Steve
I'm not even
White.
you see
Guys, he might actually pull it off, guys. He might actually pull it off. I might be wrong.
Douglas Lewis and what's the guy Anderson in the middle.
Yeah, Douglas
Yes,
Luiz, Elliot Anderson, and
and
Gibbs White. That's
Anderson.
it. That
Yes, give
three-man midfield.
see the midfield now.
That three-man midfield is actually kind of tough.
That's a solid
McAtee on the
midfield
bench too.
on the to come on. You can use Amari Hutchinson on the
There's
right
still
hand side,
Dominguez. Dominguez is still
right?
there. Yeah.
And if you want to push it, you can even just use McAtee first and bring Amari Hutchinson later on. Hudson-Odoi on
Okay.
one side, right?
Zinchenko is
The
there.
what
Milenkovic,
Shevchenko
Murillo, Morato, Williams.
is
Okay,
just
guys,
the thing
maybe he
that's
pulls it
is the
off.
center backs. Is the center backs I'm
No,
scared
I
of.
was just reading all the defensive people. I was just reading all the defensive line. Let me read some comments. SSB saying sports players used to complain about the fitness level and discipline that Conte wanted. Conte, like Zidane, Allegri, and others, brought the old Juve warrior type of fitness to their club. So remember Conte in Chelsea and how fit Chelsea players were. You need
He
to be fit
almost
in this
died.
game. You need to be fit in this game.
Kingsley, it was
You
that
need to be
bad.
fit.
It was that I watched a John Terry interview. He said when they finished training, all of them could not move, they could not stand, they were like dying. Then he said he said after like 5 days, all of them, nobody wanted to come to training, but you had to come. He said he just crawled into the manager. He said, Boss, Gaffer, please. This training is hard for us. And with their age, remember they were not young. He
They
said,
are
This
old.
training is this training is hard for us. Please, can you tone it down? He said, No. There's no that's the way energy. Costa, remember Costa had a
Mhm.
bust up with Conte. He gave him extra lap. Costa never said anything that first season, kept his mouth shut. Do you
Brutal.
get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Then because of John Terry, he
Mm.
reduced it a bit. Then was giving them breaks. He
Mm.
said if not, they could have died of exhaustion. The only person that got away in
Mm.
Conte's time that Conte could not do anything was Eden Hazard.
But
Eden
Hazard,
Hazard will not.
Hazard, that boy,
Yes, he will not tie
that
his
boy is
shoes.
sick.
He will not run. He will not.
Oh,
Con-
AB say, sorry, coach. AB saying, did you hear Esugo had surgery?
yes, yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Okay, let me read fans' comments. Wait, I think I
yeah.
missed one of SSB's comments. SSB said Spurs had a dynamic where players were almost on coach level and Levy on same level. Weird dynamic. Interesting. Fan is saying, honestly, I'm not expecting Forest to be doing that bad. Some fans are hoping them to
Because
just,
Ange,
or
yeah,
just because
yeah.
Ange
I
is
don't
here,
think
that's
so.
ridiculous. No, they won't
I
do
don't
bad. I don't
think
think they'll
so.
do bad.
They
I
have the
actually don't even see
players.
them.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single thing I say, like when I say, oh, they'll get relegated, I'm just joking. I don't see them getting relegated or stuff.
Anderson is better than Pesuma. Yes, Anderson and Douglas Lewis is better than Pesuma and Bentancur. Bentancur was hardly around.
Was it not like Bisuma and Papisa that were like the two guys there? Like
Yes,
Bisuma,
but
Papisa, Madison.
Papisa was
That was the
decent,
midfield, right?
right? So yeah,
Mm. So who is Forest fullbacks?
Madison was never consistent.
Their fullbacks,
Mad-
yeah, Madison was on because of injuries. Their fullbacks are Forest. I
yeah,
think that's Ola Aino and Neko Williams or Zinchenko. I think those are will be the guys.
Zinchenko,
Play
yeah.
offensive football against bottom 14 and play like Tottenham versus Man U Europa final against 6 to 8. That
Top
could
six.
work. Defend against the top boys, attacking football against the young guys, the small boys, and you win all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Um,
The main thing is to beat the smaller teams. Yes,
Mm,
she beat the smaller teams. And the problem Spurs had, what was the problem Spurs had? They always beat the bigger teams, but they could not beat the smaller teams. If you
mm.
remember,
I
yes,
remember the yeah, okay, I see what
he
you're
got he
saying.
got result against the bigger team, but the smaller teams he could not beat them. What was that?
Magnifico is saying, see why I laughed when I saw Sancho linked to Napoli. Conte will finish him.
Instead,
Oh my god.
he didn't go to Napoli now. He did no.
Yeah, you know why he laughed when he said it was linked
Okay,
to
okay,
Napoli.
okay.
Fine, I'm not agreeing with Nuno being sacked, but that doesn't justify writing off Ange. You know,
Yes, yeah,
it doesn't justify it. To be fair, I think Ange needs to be. I have to agree with Farhan. Like, give him the time. You know,
yeah.
you have to give him this, and you cannot judge based off. You know how English media they move. If he loses against Arsenal by a bad margin,
He's done.
they'll be
No, he
back.
started. Oh,
Highline your style of
he needs
play.
a draw. He needs a draw. That's what
He
I
needs to
feel.
just
Just
make sure it's a
get
good
the
game.
media off him. Yes, get the media,
No,
and he
but
needs
even
to
if
be
it's like
friends of the
even if he
media.
loses, don't lose by such a large margin. Don't lose by such a like. It might not look nice. You know how
He just
these guys, this media, they're kind
get
of parasites. You know
get
how they
a
move.
draw. He needs a draw in that match. Actually,
Mm. Gary KU said the fittest he felt as a player in his career was under Conte. Ah man, Lukaku wasn't even allowed to eat ketchup when he was with Conte. Sancho can't handle Conte. La Kaka. Man, La Kaka, man. That brother, bro. That brother is funny. Man, but interesting stuff. I definitely don't see Postacoglu not doing decent. Right? This is a team that
you just read out the players, right?
yeah, I just read
They're
out.
good
No,
players.
looking at the squad again, attacking
Yeah,
the attacking guys. I'm now seeing Kalimwendo,
yeah,
Igor
like six of
Jesus,
them.
Chris Wood,
Yeah,
Awoni, all these forwards that they have. Looking at the
yeah.
midfield is not too bad. I think Forest, they have a plan. They have a plan to be like a top 6 team, top 7 team. They have a plan to be like a top 7 team, top 8 team. I feel they want to consistently get into European competitions. That's why they're bringing in
Maranakas.
Ange.
He wants to get into Champions League. That's what he wants. He wants Ange. The
Mm.
main reason for Ange coming is for him to. He thinks Ange can win the Europa League, so that
And
he wants to
getting
test. He wants to test that Champions League. It's just like Roman Abramovich. When
mm,
Roman Abramovich came, he wanted that Champions League. He won Premier League. Premier League was not like, I don't care if I win. I just want the Champions League. Do you get what I'm saying? There
I
was
get
that
what you're
test
saying.
for it. And he was ready. He sacked Ancelotti, he sacked this one. That test for Champions League was just there.
Mm,
Do you get what I'm saying? When he got to the final and it was in Moscow, 2008,
mm,
the whole stadium was filled up,
mm.
home and away. The away fans were waving Chelsea flag. He bought practically the whole city. They had to stop him. Do you get? So that's
I
it.
get you.
Maranakas is a weird guy too. So
Yeah, he's a weird guy. I guess we'll see what happens. SSB saying teams like Villa, Forest, Newcastle are more ambitious compared to a Wolves. These teams
yeah.
have history. When Villa was in UCL last season, they would bring out the trophy for their home games. Interesting.
Oh, the former
Wow.
Champions League or what?
Yeah, I guess that's what it means for the home games. That's quite interesting. These guys are well, it's kind of
Wow.
tough. Magnifico is saying, but isn't the rule owner of the clubs can't play in the same competition? So Olympiacos and Forest cannot play UCL.
I don't know what Maranakas is.
Oh,
He will find a way. He will find
you
a way.
find a way.
Maranakas will
Mm.
find a way.
Thank you very much, Farhan. And that's what I'm telling you. Like you were like, yes, he can win it. He can win it. I don't think he can. It's just that easy. Say, but the Europa League isn't easy this season. Unai Emery is also the king of the competition, and they might have big final face off or
See, let me
not.
tell you something. If he meets let what I think is if he meets Emery before the
Mm.
final, he's going to go out. He will go out. But is he meeting Emery in the final? He can win. He can win because it's just one game. One game, win and buy. He can.
But
He can go there.
winning back to back Europa League is actually crazy.
He said the Europa is weak this season. No
No
United, no
United
Spurs,
Sports,
Mathematical
Athletic
Behavior.
Bilbao, etc.
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
You
it's
guys
an
will be surprised.
opportunity.
I never ever look at any competition and just be like, these
I
people are
know
not here.
exactly. No UCL team drops down. So all of them are all of the same level, right? They are
So you
mostly
really
of the
think,
same level.
anyways, it's possible. Nottingham
Yeah.
Forest, let them give it a shot and see. At the end of the day, every single thing we say here is just all speculation, right? We
Mm.
can just look at it and be like, okay, Ange is not that bad of a coach. Let's see what
Yeah.
he will do with the team. But until we see what he does with the team, we just never really know at the end of the day. So
AC Milan, are they in European League?
no, it's a
Farhan, are you
United
guys
fan
there?
saying the Europa is weak. We are cooked.
No, no, no. He's an AC Milan fan, right?
No. Apparently, I think it's referring to Magnifico. It's saying United fans saying the Europa
Oh,
is weak.
okay.
We are cooked.
Okay,
No,
AC
it's
Milan
AC
is not.
Milan. They are not. No, they are
Okay,
not in
okay.
Europa. They are not in Europa.
Okay, okay, okay.
But
Okay.
interesting stuff, man. Well, do you have your final thoughts? There's more
I
things
think
to talk about.
final thoughts for me is I think we would see a changed Ange,
Okay, wait. Let me pull
right?
up your League teams. Yeah.
Okay, pull up.
While you're talking, I'll pull
So
it up.
we would see a changed Ange.
Mm.
I don't just think he's going to go in and play the same way. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think so. We'll be surprised. He said they beat us because Onana didn't forget. No, AC Milan is not. Kingsley, pull up your Europa teams. Now AC Milan, we are not even in. Oh my God, no European competition. Wow, that's crazy. I
That's
never knew
actually
AC
crazy.
Milan win. Oh, that's bad, man. That's bad.
So league
That's
phase
bad.
for l- so people in the league phase, you have Aston
You want
Villa.
to share your
Okay, let
screen?
me share, let me
Oh,
share, let me share, let me share. You guys wait. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see?
yeah.
So these are the teams. Aston Villa,
Aston Villa, Basel is this Bologna. They are
yeah,
decent. Braga,
Bologna,
Celta,
yeah,
Celtic. Celtic are decent. Fenerbahce. They have good sides there. Oh.
Real
My brother.
Betis. The goat is there.
Ah,
Anthony.
Roma
Anthony is
is there.
there. Roma is there.
Nottingham
So
for
I mean,
Panathinaikos.
Feyenoord, even
Porto,
Feyenoord,
even
they are
Porto.
dead. Feyenoord, they are dead. They'll
He
give it
even
a
looks he looks
go.
he looks tougher this season than last season.
Celtic,
He looks tougher. Porto is
Babanachi.
there. Oh, they are good. It's a good competition this year.
Yeah, you guys are just ruling it. Stuttgart too, they are there. It's not like it's going to be a walk. Porto, they are there. It's not like it's going to be
Porto
a
is
walk in
there.
the park, right?
It's going to be tough actually.
It's not going to be
It's
easy.
tough.
It's not like
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be easy. You know,
Salzburg. But okay, these ones are
yeah,
still doing playoffs.
yeah. There's playoffs, third round qualifying round, so
Yeah.
yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, so you can. It's not going to be looking at the teams. It's not. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be an easy one, but it's possible though. Nottingham Forest, they have quality. They have
Even
quality.
Lily are also there.
Mm,
Wow.
they're also there.
Wow. Wow, wow. You know what I think? Now that I think of it, I think Maranaka just sacked Nuno because he didn't believe in his tactics. He didn't trust him as a
He didn't
manager
believe
anymore.
Nuno could win
Yeah, I
Europa.
didn't trust him. I didn't think he trusted him enough.
He's saying like,
That's what I think.
wow,
Yeah.
Magnifico say it looks like Conference League. Why? Because of Real Betis. Is it because of Real Betis? Oh man. Have you read fans comment? He said we would have been in Europa if we beat Bologna, but they got their back on us when it mattered the most. Wow. Say Forest and Villa
Wow.
can win this. Lille lost Jonathan David and Winger. Yeah, they are rebuilding.
Oh,
Yeah, so
building.
anyway, yeah, that would definitely make a David Jonathan David. But it's possible. Ange can do
Mm.
it. He can try his best, but I don't know. until they play the games, you just can't tell. Say 8 or 9 teams that were
Oh,
Europa last season are playing UCL this
playing in
season.
UCL.
The fans are crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
the
wow, wow.
fans are
So
crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. But anyways,
Final thoughts.
yeah. Final thought for me. I feel like it's good that Ange. It's good that we've heard from Ange.
Mm,
Yeah, like Limpy is saying, Ange is a seriously underrated manager. It's good that we are hearing from Ange, right? It's good to hear like there's some sort of like almost feels like he has done some reflecting. I feel like the Ange
yeah,
that we are seeing is going to be different. There's one thing
yeah.
about coming to the Premier League for the first time, and then they throw you in Spurs, and you know how Spurs they are like, the fans and everything. Maybe they don't really care about winning stuff as long as their rivals don't have one up on them. But there's something
Mm.
about Nottingham Forest and wanting to win, and the players that he has that I feel like he can really. The culture is already there, like he said. He can really improve that culture,
Build on
make
it.
it a
Yeah.
winning culture. Because at the end of the day, football is like almost like 80% skill and tactics, but that 20% mentality makes a big difference. Sometimes it makes a difference because when you and someone on the same level, it's that mentality that makes you win and who pushes you further. So it matters. So I think all we have to do is wait and see what Ange does. So once I
Yeah.
see what he
I think
does,
so.
yeah, if he does very well, good for him. If he doesn't
I'm
do
excited
well,
for the weekend.
it is what it is. But I'm definitely looking forward to the weekend. If he said he has done no reflection,
Oh,
if he does
oh
not
my
believe in Ange in
goodness.
any way.
I know, I know.
If he doesn't believe in Ange in
AP,
any
come
way,
on,
but
come
but
on, come
but
on.
let's see what he does. I'm looking forward to the Arsenal game. Let's see what happens. I don't expect him to
Mm,
win. I expect a draw, or even if he
mm,
loses, not by a large margin. It's his first game. You have to give him that grace. So we'll see what
mm.
happens. Shout out to AB. Farhan is new here on the stream. Shout out to Farhan for joining the stream. SSB. Who else came?
Magnifico,
Magnifico. Dorcas. A lot
Dorcas.
more people.
Yeah.
Ikena came briefly. We saw Ikena. Lots of people came. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming on our stream. We're live every single day, 5:30 p.m. CST. Convert that to your time zone. Please subscribe to our channel. We're on our way to 3K subscribers before the end of the year. Do us that solid by subscribing. We're still working on our call-in segments, guys, where you guys can call our show and say whatever you want, really, respectfully. Say whatever you want. We're looking forward to it. You guys, as we get close to the match week, Friday stream, we'll do the predictions and everything. So you guys come back for our Friday stream where we give our predictions, in detail, what will happen in the match week. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so
Call
much.
it, call it, call in stream, call in stream. Remind them, call in.
Yeah, I've already said that. I've already said that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Lots
for
of
me.
love from here, lots of love from the US. Fan, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Limpy, I appreciate you so much too. Thank you so much for joining our stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Bye.